During the time of the Clone Wars, Anakin Skywalker stands before the Jedi Council, slightly confused and even a little angry. The Jedi Masters listen to the young man who stands before them. I've captured dozens of Dooku's most trusted lieutenants, dangerous force wielders and psychopaths. I just want to know why everyone I defeat seems to vanish the moment I hand them over to you. The council remains quiet. I deserve to know the truth. I deserve to know what you've done with my prisoners of war. Mace Windu sits calmly. You're chasing rumors and ghosts, Skywalker, and you have overstepped. This isn't fair. Anakin breathes before his master and friend Obi-Wan Kenobi steps in. You've touched a nerve, Anakin. Let it go. Let the council confer and I will share what I can. That's what you always say, Anakin remarks as he walks away in disappointment. As it turns out, Anakin had every right to be suspicious of the council and what really happened to the prisoners that he had captured and turned in. Something he would later discover, except he would discover it after his fall and turn to the dark side. The Ghost Prison, or the Prism, as the council referred to it, was a top-secret prison for the galaxy's most dangerous criminals, many of whom worked under Dooku. So secret that only the Jedi Council knew of its existence. The galaxy as a whole, senators, not even Palpatine himself, originally knew of this secret. The plan, as stated by Master Yoda, is when the Clone Wars comes to an end, then the criminals would receive a proper trial. But until then, for everyone's safety, Dooku's dangerous allies would remain in the Prism. Besides the prisoners themselves, the Prism only housed a crew of 100 droids as well as a Jedi Master to watch over it all, with the Master serving for a period until being relieved by another Master who would take over and so on. In order to protect the location's secrecy, transmissions weren't even allowed to go in or out. Not long after Order 66, the Jedi Purge, and the Empire's rise, something very surprising would happen. Coruscant would be overtaken by a group of Imperial officers who turned on Palpatine and the Empire itself. The coup was led by the headmaster of the Imperial Academy, who grew tired and weary of the constant war as well as the deaths of so many young Imperial officers, which didn't even seem to faze Palpatine. So a plan was put into motion to overthrow Palpatine, end the war, and save countless Imperial lives. During this time, Palpatine would even be severely injured. With Coruscant compromised, Vader, along with a young Imperial cadet still loyal to the Empire, took Palpatine to the Prism, which housed a top medical facility in an attempt to let him heal. It was also here that Vader would allow the prisoners of the Prism to be released, forming an army of sorts to take back to Coruscant and fight back against the Imperial traitors. However, instead of taking them all back to the overrun Imperial capital, they were forced to do battle at the Prism, weeding out the weak until only the strongest remained. With their fighters at the ready, Vader, the young cadet, and a crew of the galaxy's most dangerous, returned to Coruscant to take back the capital. Palpatine would eventually make a recovery and kill the headmaster in charge of the betrayal himself, frying him with his all-too-familiar Sith lightning. The remaining traitors would be captured and executed via firing squad. The surviving prisoners of the Prism, though being supposedly granted their freedom, were killed in a rigged explosion aboard their ship, just as they departed Coruscant. The young cadet who worked so closely alongside Vader during this time was promoted to Admiral by Palpatine himself, who spoke very highly of the young man to Vader, telling Vader that should he ever fall, the young man could prove a worthy successor. Vader's dark eyes simply stared back at his master. Later, the young Admiral met with Vader on top of a platform overlooking Coruscant. I have only one lesson for you, Vader said in his low, robotic voice. Suddenly, Vader's black hand grips the young man by his uniform and holds him over the railing, before simply saying, "Never suffer rivals." Vader lets go, and the Admiral falls to the ground below into his death. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, thank you for watching, thank you for the support, and may the Force be with you.